Motorsport should be something everyone can experience. The speed, the competition, the rush of crossing the line first. But the truth is, real-life motorsport is expensive. For most of us, that dream stays just out of reach. But what if I told you that dream doesn't have to end there? What if you, a motorsport fan who's always wanted to feel what it's like to be behind the wheel, could finally live it, but virtually, through the sim? And in this case, a very specific sim. You can experience what it's truly like to grow as a racing driver, to start from grassroots in your first Mazda races and climb all the way to the top, to the moment that you take the checkered flag at the Daytona 24 Hours. This is iRacing. So I thought, why not make a series about, the entry steps into sim racing? And I think there's a good way for me to explain it to you, and something that I am personally really familiar with, which is iRacing. So, what the is iRacing? iRacing is an online simulator. It's a simulator that has been in production for already years on top of years, right? It's coming from the creators of NASCAR and IndyCar. Over the years, they have created this hyper-competitive sim. Now, iRacing mostly back then was known for its NASCAR, and it was progressing to where it is nowadays. With over 300,000 sim racers who've joined the service, you almost always find someone to race with. Now, if you're just starting out, I think you'll really appreciate how iRacing handles its progression system. It's incredibly close to how things work in real life, making it the perfect fit for anyone just beginning their journey into sim racing. And to take this into account as a dev, you really need to love motorsports.
I'm Kevin Bobbitt, Vice President of Marketing and Communications for iRacing. I've been with the company for way too long, since before we had a product, actually. My background is, hardcore motorsports fan for my entire life, gamer, and this is just the dream position to be in, right? To be able to contribute to all the titles we work on and expanding and building so many other titles. It's just awesome.
A big thing with iRacing is that I think what they get really right is the progression. Now, not just that you progress from A license to C license, or, that you go up the driver rating, but what I really love is that iRacing really puts you into the position of an actual racing driver. The way that you would actually progress in real life is really well done in iRacing. You really get to experience driving through the ranks, driving through being a rookie and working your way up. Now, for people like, most of my viewers, and probably also you, we love track days, we love grassroots racing in real life, and we love the raw motorsport, not just F1 and the top levels, but we love the gritty, raw motorsport experience that you get from something like RCN, NLS, and the hardcore nerdy stuff. We love it because it's very close to grassroots racing. Now, if you start out in grassroots, you can work your way up. And iRacing is the only sim that really shows that progression in their game really well. We start out driving Mazda Cup. Now, Mazda Cup is rough. If you start out, you're gonna drive with 10 to 20 other rookies, and in real motorsport, you start out with a slow series as well. You guys in America, you have Skip Barber, which is a real motorsport racing school that you guys have in your country. And that's what's so cool. You have Skip Barber, you can drive skippies, and so many things that you start out with in real life. And then on the other hand, you have in Germany, you start out with RCN and drive your way into NLS, and then there's the Nürburgring 24 Hours. And that brings us to another point.
We're green for the iRacing Nürburgring 24 Hours presented by Thrustmaster, and an odd sight with red lines sitting on the pit lane.
All of these things, they build up to the actual special event, just like in real life. So You have all of the American events. You start out in Skip Barber and Mazdas, and then you work your way up, and then you can drive Daytona 24 hours later on, which is crazy. And these events, they are not just random special events. There's a lot of hype about it. If you win the 24-hour Daytona in iRacing, that's a huge achievement. I mean, guys, there's teams practicing for this. Teams of real-life manufacturers, Porsche, AMG. There's some serious competition. The teams take it super serious because everyone wants to win this. It's a huge achievement. So you as just an average person, you with your friends or you and a friend, you can work up the ladder actually just like in real life, end up in one of those teams competing for the win at 24-hour Daytona. That's crazy. And most of the time, these events also run just like a week before the actual event. So it builds up hype for the actual event, which is super cool. The esports aspect of it, which is also, again, so close to the real motorsport world. You have the Porsche Cup, actually Porsche standing behind this as well, and all of these drivers, they work their way up there. And if you watch one of those races, the races are so damn close, everyone's so damn good that there's almost no way to really get faster anymore. So everyone's within a tenth. If you're slower than a tenth, you're messed up. And the cool thing about all of these things is that all of this is accessible for you when you drive on iRacing. When you are on the surface, you can just go on there and compete against the very best people in the world. Sometimes there's Bruno Spengler on the track or Max Verstappen. This you really do not find anywhere else. In this series, I will recommend you a handful of sims, and I wanted to start with iRacing because I just know it the best from all of the sims, because that's where I have the most experience. I had the highest I peaked was almost 5k iRating. I'm down to 4,200 because I do stupid things all the time. If you don't practice all the time and you belong in top split, it's really difficult to really keep your rank. You know, you can't just mess around all the time. And yeah, it's just, to me, it's always the nicest place to come back to personally, because it feels so much like, I know I will get for this, but it is like role playing. It is like you step into the shoes of someone who is a no name in the motorsport world, and you work yourself up, and it's your own journey. And what I mean with that is, it's not just running aimlessly races and daily races. This actually puts you into the shoes of experiencing what it's like to, climb up the ladder in motorsports. And that not just offline in a campaign or something, but online. You find your teammates. You will find your mates to drive with. You will work up this ladder, which is so cool. I don't know. Sure, you can say like you're a die-hard esports player and all of these things don't matter to you, but to the normal motorsport fan like me, I find this stuff really cool. And it inspired me to get myself a car, drive perhaps competitions, track day competitions with my car, build it up the way I want. And I just love this kind of stuff, and I might even next year drive RCN myself. So I don't think we will climb up the ladder until GT3 or something, but still, I've been inspired by iRacing a ton. I just want to give back a little bit. I think a lot of people still don't know what it has to offer. They think it's the most realistic sim or whatever, but I don't even think it's about that. I think it's more so about the way it portrays the way of a racing driver in motorsports working their way up the ladder. And you should give it a try. I know you will think, but Lena, this is super expensive. I don't have the money for that. It is expensive. I don't even have to tell you. However, you can start out with just, enough for you to enjoy your first series. All you need is your basic subscription, and you get free cars that you can enter already the start of a season with, and you can drive a complete season of Mazda or BMW, and then later on you can decide if you actually want to go further with your career. Now, and another good point I think is you do not need the craziest gear. Trust me, all you need is something like this. And this is an R3. I'm used to so much better gear. But if you really just want to get into it, stuff like this is enough. Also, perhaps I will be giving this away to someone at some point if everything works out the way that I think. Jesus Christ. Don't shy away from trying it out for a month, for a series. You will be surprised how much this can suck you in. It really is more than just a simulator to me. It's just like a massive multiplayer online experience, really, because you make friends, you make teammates, you drive special events, you train together. If you want to know more about these kinds of topics, I can run you through all the different sims, and we do this What the is Race Room next, because that's another title I think that should get way more attention. But yeah, I like all of the sims, really, seriously. I legitimately drive most of these and enjoy them, some more than others, but I'm not biased. I'm not like I only have to drive iRacing. I love AC. I love what Kunos does. I love that they have the ability to mod things and whatnot. I just love driving a real car, a sim, race room, iRacing, Automobilista, ACC, AC. I really don't care. So yeah, let's see what's next. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And yeah, see you next time.
Burn two, burn them up, make me poop that fire.